Now that the weather is becoming more miserable, it's becoming much more popular down in the Learning Resource Centre. So this is a quick video to talk to you about how you should behave in there and the kind of expectations that we have from you. As you walk in on the left, you'll see the non-fiction section. This is a research area, and if you're going to look at the books here or work in this area, you need to be silent. Just beyond this is what I'm calling the seminar space, where there are 3 tables. There's room for 4 people to sit at each table, and you need to stick to 4 to a table because otherwise it becomes very congested. This is also for silent work, and this is for silent homework or research, revision eventually, where you should respect other people's space. When you get onto the computers, there are 11 computers and there is room for 1 person to sit on each computer. Unlike in this picture, your bags need to be tucked safely away so that people don't trip over them. If there's a long queue for the computers, you must not just stand hanging over people's backs. You need to go and queue up in front of the librarian's desk. If we see that you are on games or on social media or basically not doing your homework, you will be asked to vacate that computer for someone who needs it for their homework. We don't know your login or passwords in the LRC, so you need to know those before you come in. At the moment, we can't do your printing for you, so you're going to need to liaise with your teacher who set your homework and find out either their email address or if they've set up a Google Classroom account so you can upload your work. As I said before, 1 per computer, otherwise it gets really congested. Computers are for extended learning, not games, nor social media. If you abuse this rule, you will be asked to leave. Partner voices should be used whilst using the computers. On this area of the library, it's a comfy reading area, and I will stress reading area, not a social area. Over here, you need to use partner voices. It's really nice if you can share a book and talk about the book you're reading. And when eventually we have some magazines, again, it's really nice to share a magazine with a friend. And that's why partner voices are allowed. But if we see you congregating over there and just gossiping, then you will be asked to leave so that people who actually want to read and talk about what they're reading can use that space. Again, there are plenty of corners where you can tuck your bags and your coats, and you can also tuck them under the chairs. They need to be tucked away. On the other side, in the fiction section, is another comfy reading area. And again, be sensible with the bean bags. If you're on your own, you do not need 3 bean bags. You need to take your coats off. It's the same rules as the rest of the school. And you need to sit there comfortably reading, quietly, talking about what you're reading, browsing books, trying to choose something. It is not a social area just for hanging out. And if you're using it as a social area for hanging out, again, you will be asked to leave. We're slowly getting through the books. We're getting covers on them, we're getting them stamped, and soon we'll be starting to catalogue them. If you want to borrow a book, you can, but you can only do this at break time or at lunchtime when a member of staff is manning the librarian's desk. We don't have a proper catalogue system at the moment, so when you want to borrow a book, we need to put in your details and the details of the book. It can take some time, and if we have 6 or 7 people all wanting to borrow a book at once, it can become quite frustrating. What I will ask is please do not just come in and help yourself to a book at other times. We've spent thousands of pounds on stock and people have donated books. We need to know where our books are and who's got what. Don't just help yourself. And finally, please don't go behind the desk. Behind the desk, you're going to find mess. You're going to find new books which haven't been catalogued yet. You're going to find uncovered books. I do not want you to go here unless you are a student librarian and you're wearing the badge. If it does get busy, as it did last week, this is how priority will be given. On Mondays, Year 7 will have priority use of the Learning Resource Centre and the computers. On Tuesday, that would be Year 8, Wednesday, Year 9, Thursday, it's Year 10. On Friday, eventually it will be Year 11, but until we have Year 11s, it's first come, first served. on a Friday. And if it does start to get busy, we will ask you to hand in your planners so that we can keep a track of the numbers of people in the library. And in the unlikely event that we have to evacuate due to a fire, we can have a good knowledge of who is actually in there and where they're meant to be. Thank you for using the Learning Resource Centre sensibly. If you don't want to come in there and use it sensibly, please find somewhere else to spend your breaks and lunchtime. But if you want to read, if you want to find a book, and if you want to do your homework, we'll welcome you with open arms.